We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing platform. Thank you so much for joining me on today's program, and I wish you a very happy new year. Finally, we are now in the year 2025, and as we proceed in the year 2025, we must not forget that we have a lot of responsibilities. Our responsibility in this platform is to give you information and make sure that you have an update on what is going on in Biafra land, more especially things that has to do with the restoration of independent state of Biafra. Today, I am going to share with you a very important video. Please pay attention to this video. In all the information that we see here, you are going to see that they have started again a new deceit to distract us from the restoration of independent state of Biafra. We must not be distracted. It is either Biafra or nothing. Mazen Nandekano said it to us, and he has not changed his mind. If anybody tries to insinuate that Mazen Nandekano have changed, that is a lie. Watch this video from beginning to the end. You will understand that the enemies will never give up. And those of us who are focusing on the restoration of Biafra, we must not give up. Do not get distracted, regardless what you hear or what you see. Always remember that it is Biafran first. All eyes must be on the rising sun. Every eye must be on the rising sun. Do not allow yourself to be carried away with things that are happening around you. The restoration of independent state of Biafra is one thing that we must focus on. We have the United States of Biafra now. Let's watch.
Issues. The first thing I want us to talk about today on the political spotlight is concerning the activities and the modus operandi of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. It is quite unfortunate because there have been cries and clamors on several occasions as to how the Efcc conducts its activity when it goes on these unnamed raids or unannounced raids within premises of people either in their offices or in their residences. We've heard complaints on so many occasions on how they do this massive arrest. Now, sometimes this technique works because it doesn't give these supposed individuals as these Yahoo boys, the opportunity to escape or to call anybody or flush whatever evidence that they have within their possession. But something actually happened. It's quite an unfortunate incident that happened, but I think this is also a warning in terms of the methodology through which the EFCC carries on its activity. I will start off with a situation that happened in Awka, Anambra State, where EFCC officials actually said that they went to raid a home of someone they consider or they termed as a Yahoo person. So I'm going to take the story so that there is no mincing of words or any misinterpretation of the acute information. So this is what happened that led to this unfortunate circumstance that I'm sure a couple of us already know. Officers of the EFCC were on a mission to apprehend a group of suspected cyber criminals when they were attacked on Friday morning. That is how the story actually came out. The way the story came out is that these EFCC officials who were on a mission were attacked. But then the word on the street, based on those who are close to the family of this individual or who know the actual information as to what transpired, they actually gave us a counter information to what the EFCC put out there. Now, according to what the EFCC officials disclosed, they were assigned from the EFCC Enugu Zonal Command to apprehend a suspected internet fraudsters in Awka, Anambra State. According to the EFCC officials, they arrived Awka very early, to the first home of suspected fraudsters. Remember, it's not just one person they wanted to go raid or one person's home they wanted to go raid. There were several homes, but it was within a particular location. So they said that the first home of the suspected fraudsters were successfully raided, and they arrested several persons, according to them, with exhibits including credit cards and 4 luxurious vehicles. And this is what a top source within the echelon of the Efcc disclosed to the press. Now, according to further information as well, they actually said that in the process of that, right, they went to another home. All right, they went to another home. I need us to understand what is going on importantly, so we have the accurate information and we're able to speak critically and make the accurate recommendation to this issue that we're discussing right now. So apparently, when this information from the EFCC was brought to light, they said they set out to visit another location, but reportedly found that they were short-staffed. Then they relocated to a smaller location. Upon arriving there, it was a location with several apartments. So they told the gateman to point them to the place of the person that they suspect they intended to raid his home. Now, when they went to that man's home, he refused to open his door, apparently suspecting that they might be robbers or kidnappers. The person of interest refused to open his door, asking why they were there and who they were. But the EFCC operatives did not respond. So when the suspect refused to open the door on the claim that the operatives might be robbers or kidnappers, the team then proceeded to break into the apartment, and the suspect opened fire on the lead person, and he known as Salisu. Salisu was seriously injured but was still alive, with a second operative injured in his left hand. The operatives rushed the other operatives rushed the injured operative to a hospital. They arrived at the general hospital in Awka, but there were no doctors. Only 2 hospital nurses were around, who advised them to look for a private hospital. The EFCC operatives then drove to a hospital named Amako, where the doctor on duty confirmed the EFCC operative dead. This Salisu, who was shot fatally at hospital. Now, also, another one who was injured, apparently that one was shot on the hand, was taken recommended blood transfusion. All the EFCC operatives dispatched to the night operation had no bulletproof vest, just their branded EFCC jackets. Confirming the incident, the Anambra State Police Command spokesperson SP Tochukwu Ikenga stated that investigations were underway. Investigation into the sad incident is ongoing. The suspect is in custody, and the firearm has been supposed suspected Yahoo person that the EFCC raided his home. According to words on the street, or based on other information or sources coming, they said this particular man was in his home with his family. Now, the EFCC operatives conducted other raids, but they said they saw a luxurious vehicle in front of this man's house, and they decided to raid his home. While they were trying to have access into the man's house or gain access to his house, this man kept asking, please, who are you? Where are you from? If you know the Southeast now, and Awka, for example, especially Anambra, you know the insecurity there, very prevalent, very tough, very thick. You don't even know who is who. And so this man was asking, because these guys came and they were trying to break in through his, not just they were breaking the door. If you've seen a couple of videos when EFCC operatives are carrying on their operations at night, they take stones, they take large pommels, they pummel the door down. They harass the individuals inside, whether you're a female or a male. They rough handle you. They take items. It's very, very, it's very unprofessional. Now, I also want you guys to recall that when this thing became consistent, and a couple of persons lost their lives in the process, because at the end of the day, some of these individuals that they arrest or apprehend in this operation are usually innocent. The EFCC chair, Olukoyede, now want that these sting operations, this night carriage of their operations should be stopped. But maybe they did not listen to it. Maybe they refused to carry on with a new order from the EFCC chair. As it happens, this businessman in his home had a licensed gun. It was with this licensed gun he used to shoot the first EFCC operative, who gained access immediately to his home, and then shot the second person on the hand. Meanwhile, this man had called the police. It was while the police arrived. When the police arrived at the premises of this suspected Yahoo person, I don't want to call him a boy because he was at home with his family. When the police operatives arrived at his home, they also thought that the EFCC operatives were armed robbers. They were also about to start shooting. It was then the EFCC operatives now disclosed that they are EFCC operatives and they are here to carry out an operation. They are on a mission. That was when everything now went bonkers. This man who owns the gun, and obviously the gun is licensed, has been taken into custody. Unfortunately, an official of the EFCC, who is supposed to get married next week, has lost his life in the process. Now, the question a lot of Nigerians are asking is, should anyone pity the EFCC official who has passed on? The modus operandi of the EFCC, is that the right way to go about it? Also, what does the law state when it comes to apprehending suspects? Suspects who have not been confirmed by any court of jurisdiction that they are indeed guilty. Now, let me also give you another instance. You know Yahaya Bello, the former Kogi State governor. He's been accused of more than 100 billion naira corrupt practices or malfeasance. EFCC invited this man first. I'm sure you all saw the live press conference that Olukoyede carried out. In that live press conference, Yahaya Bello was invited at first. A letter was written to him to come to the EFCC office for questioning. Yahaya Bello refused to come to the office. Eventually, the EFCC operatives went to his residence. When they went to Yahaya Bello's residence, obviously they were there en masse. Somehow, Usman Udodo, that is the current Kogi State governor, was able to rescue him within the premises and took him to his own premise, that is his own government house. For a very long time, the EFCC could not secure the arrest of Yahaya Bello. Eventually, Olukoyede said in that press conference that based on supposed familiarity, or will I say his political leaning, they actually asked him to come in through a personal door into the office. Olukoyede said his top official will actually ask the question. They were going to put him in an office of comfort while they're going. Now, they had actually said that to avoid media trial, Olukoyede had actually volunteered that a private passageway will be granted to Yahaya Bello for him to get in without any media coverage and respond to questions that will be asked by the EFCC prosecutors or those who want to investigate. The question now is, does the law apply to a few, or rather apply to a majority, but does not apply to a few? Is the law a respect used to attend to your order or invitation, then you can carry on with your sting operation? And if you even want to carry out with your sting operation, you already have a warrant. With that warrant, you don't even have to come at midnight. You have your surveillance already. You're monitoring the activity of this person. You're monitoring what they're doing. Times there are what you call mistaken discharge of their firearms or their weapons when they want to conduct this mass arrest. It's quite an unfortunate scenario that we found ourselves in this country, where the law applies to the majority but does not apply to the few. This is a very huge setback in the operations of the EFCC. Now, here is also something. The EFCC chair said that there was going to be a media chat today by 7:30 p.m. across major television networks. But then that particular media chat has been postponed. They said they will inform us when next he will actually conduct that media chat. This is a conversation we're going to be having on the political spotlight this evening. My guest has actually arrived. I'm going to be introducing her very soon. Also, in the course of the weekend, the People's Gazette, as you know, is an investigative online news platform, actually disclosed a particular information that seemed sensitive at the time. But obviously, the presidency has reacted to it. Apparently, former Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari, according to the People's Gazette, was dragged before a court in Paris, where he took the witness stand in an arbitration proceeding over a federal power held his appearance. Now, I want us to know that this particular arbitration too, they're also going to give their testimony. When this information came out on the People's Gazette about this particular project, apparently, former President Muhammadu Buhari is being accused of withholding about $200 million in payments previously approved for the project, which was to be launched in conjunction with a Chinese consortium. Court filings show former Attorney General Abubakar Malami communicated the decision to truncate the agreement to Mr. Adesanya and Mabila Pa on April 22, 2020. So Mr. Adesanya protested the action against his company. Nigerian authorities sought to arrest him and charge him with bribery and economic sabotage. He denied the allegations and proceeded to arbitration. Mr. Adesanya was also forced to defend himself against EFCC's decision to declare him wanted in Nigerian courts. He was charged alongside Olu Agunloye a former power minister under former President Obasanjo. Now, when that particular information went viral, according to the People's Gazette, they tried to contact the presidency for them to react to this particular information, but they were not being able to be communicated to. They couldn't respond, they didn't pick their calls, and so they published the content. Well, when this particular story went viral, the presidency on Saturday now denied that the reports making the rounds about the former president being forced to any Nigerian, to any arbitration whatsoever is untrue. According to Bayo Nanuga on Saturday evening, when the particular story or news went viral, this is what he said. All right, the attention of the presidency has been drawn to some fake news on some social media about an arbitration proceeding in Paris to which the Nigerian government is a party. The private meeting proceeding, which should not have been reported in the media, this is what Bayo Nanuga said, that this particular private meeting should not have been reported to the media, is entirely confidential until the international arbitrators decide. While respecting the confidentiality of the proceeding, we wish to state categorically that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not.
Thank you so much for watching the program. I appreciate you for your patience to watch from beginning to end. I hope you have learned a lot from this very program that I just played, this video. Please like and share the video. Share to all platforms. After sharing the video, now you can go to the comment section and put down your comments. Whatever suggestions, contributions you have to make, what you think about the video I just played, go to the comment section and put your comment. I will go through the comment section, and I bet you I am learning a lot from there, and you can equally learn from there. Let us share our experience on that comment section. Thank you so much, and stay blessed. Don't forget to share, and we continue to bless you as you share. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move. Airborne.